Welcome back. We are finishing.
And go. There we go.
Oh yeah, we were waiting for these to dry, and now we're in the sticking on process.
Yeah,
would you
that's
say?
what we're doing. Yeah, so we're just taking some of this Mod Podge and we're putting on a thin layer. Again, it goes on sort of translucent. What does that mean? You can't totally see through it. You know, it's kind of milky. You know, and then it dries transparent. Okay, and so as it starts to become a bit more transparent, you know, not totally transparent, that's when you can attach. You know, and that's what I've been doing here. You know, putting on a leaf and a flower. You know, as it's beginning to, you know, dry or cure. You know, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a layer, or I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge over that. You know, just to hold it in place or fix it.
Seal it in.
Yeah,
okay.
seal it. There we go. That's what was said during the break. Oh, you seal it. It's like, yes, that's what I do. And so, yeah, and that's really, you just do that on each side, and it doesn't have to be really as simple as we've been working on here, because you know, I just did this like, hey, let's just do one flower and one leaf, you know, on TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be here for, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour, which is great. I don't know if you guys, or if you had planned for that, but you know, anyway.
You could do
so,
it.
yeah, at home you could put on different layers, you know, of flowers and leaves and whatnot. Cover as much as you do think you're supposed to cover.
Okay.
You know, with these items, you know, and again, I just went to Dollar Tree and I got some of these fabric flowers, you know, and yeah, I do believe that turned out really, really well. And these jars, I was just supposed to be so blown away by these jars themselves, like finding these.
Cute.
And here, I'll hold the finished one. You know?
Yeah,
And so
that's
that's
pretty.
what I had done last night, you know, and so you can tell I'm going to hold it up, so I went over.
Okay.
It with some of that Mod Podge just again to hold it in place.
Yeah, get those edges on too.
Yeah, and you can utilize these jars for so much. You know, I had found that individuals would put candles in them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. That would be really neat. Or I suppose you could put other flowers, or you know, really anything.
Okay.
Gosh, the sky's the limit. You know. So anyway,
I
so let's
suppose.
continue to adhere some of these leaves and flowers. So how's it been going for you two? How's the show been going? And you know, today is
Pretty
everyone,
well
Has
today.
everyone been nice? I ask that sometimes. Has everyone
Everybody's
been
been
nice?
nice so
Good,
far.
good.
I suppose.
Whoa.
Except for Tatum.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I'll leave you
this
two.
is
I'll leave you two
fun.
alone.
Watch out.
So there we go. There's pictures of individuals who had worked with, you know, again, the natural flowers or dried flowers, which you
Yeah.
can do, you know, but again, those may not last as long. I'm not going to say that it's going to be bad or something like that, but I just went with the fabric ones because, again, they're going to, you know, endure or last a little bit longer.
Yeah, so how long in total do you think this full one took you?
Golly, not that long. I think about a half hour.
Okay, that's not bad.
bad.
Really,
Oh.
really, you know.
Well, you've been working on a lot of other stuff too, John David. Can you tell us a
Certainly.
little bit about that?
Absolutely, I can. Thank you so much for asking. And so, yeah, I teach and I present. I'm an art educator and life skills educator, mental wellness presenter. You know, and I specifically talk a lot about what autism. You know, because there we go. I'm bending down. There we go.
I dropped my
Perhaps
flower.
you can't see. So yeah, I'm autistic myself, and I put on an event last year called Anything But Typical, and now Plains Art Museum is allowing me and an organization that absorbed this event, RVAN, Red River Valley Asperger Autism Network, to really conduct this event at Plains Art Museum at the end of this month.
That's so cool.
Okay, so if there are families who, you know, if there are needs like autism needs or ADHD needs, Tourette's, OCD, you know, so many, like, do come to this event. Okay, it's going to be so much fun. You know, it's going to be so, I suppose, entertaining, informative. What I have been saying is that we're going to make people, you know, feel at home in their hometown.
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
first time, you know.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do a lot that way. And again, that's at the end of June, at the end of this month, the 29th.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be so wonderful. So there we go. I put a layer of the Mod Podge on there over, you know, the flower that I put on. Here, I'll show you
yeah.
too. Here, I'm
And it
more
looks
concerned with the audience than I am the host. So like, here we go. And
We'll catch
you two
on.
are like, what?
We'll catch on.
So yeah, that's what I did
yeah,
right there.
so
you
it
know.
looks white now and it dries
Yeah,
clear.
Yeah, it dries
Yeah.
clear. Absolutely.
Awesome. The beauty
Yeah.
of Mod Podge.
Yes,
Cool.
yes, of course. And so yeah, there's so many different, there's so many different kind of configurations.
Yeah.
You know, with this, you know, so many different patterns, you know, so many different ideas, you know, that can go into this. And I just thought, golly, it'd be so really neat, and it's so inexpensive. All of this was so inexpensive. I think it was $11.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
wow.
$11 for these flowers, $11 for these jars. You know, the Mod Podge was a little more expensive. I went to Walmart and I got that for about $5, a container this size.
Okay.
Okay.
Still,
But it
still
doesn't
in
take
budget.
much to be able to.
It doesn't
Get
take
this
much
done.
at all.
Yeah, this would last you a good 10 jars, right?
Absolutely, you know, or perhaps a whole class, you know, if I did.
Yeah.
And so I've got enough now. I purchased enough so I could probably run a class that's just, you know, like this DIY sort of craft, you know, jar. sort of project.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
I would say this is pretty kid-friendly too,
Oh,
as long
yes.
as they don't make too much of a mess.
Yes,
so.
certainly, you know.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for showing us this.
Well, yes, here, I'll hold up the finished one once again. And so, yeah, you can cover
perfect.
all the sides, you know, of that. And so you can put anything in there, pretty much.
Candy?
Keys, it could become your, yes, candy. You know, certainly. It could become your new junk jar or something, you know.
It's going to be Alex's Skittle jar after this.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Skittles.
gonna fill it
my
up with
gosh.
Skittles.
Now the original Skittles, or is it like
Oh,
the
yeah.
fruit one, or you know, is it just
OG.
Oh, okay, the OG Skittles. This is wonderful. Thursday OG Skittles. Everyone has to have a good day now.
That's
if
true.
you don't, it's on you. You know, it's like because we just brought the fun and
yeah.
the joy and the happy and the Skittles.
Absolutely. And John David, how do people get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah. So you can email me at johndavidbirdall at gmail.com. You can find me on social media at really John David on so many different, I suppose, platforms and sites because I'm really John David. And if you do, I suppose, enjoy or approve of the kind of projects or
Yeah.
you know the work that I do, you can support me on Patreon and support John David.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today and showing us how to do this project.
Yes, thank you so much for allowing me to. This went really well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Once the show ends, let's get back to work on this.
Absolutely.
Right? Let's forget
Yeah.
everything else and just work on this all day.
You got it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Coming up on today's show, we've got your daily dose of motivation.